The NBA playoffs are here, and we begin our breakdown of them with one of the most intriguing matchups in the Western Conference as the fourth seed Denver Nuggets take on the fifth seeded LA Clippers. It is wild, just in my basketball brain, to break down a series where the Clippers are the more stable organization and the team that won a championship 2 years ago is all over the place. But that's where we're at right now when Denver fired everybody for 4 games with 4 games to go before the close of the regular season. So every coach and GM in sport right now is rooting against the Denver Nuggets because they don't want that example to be set where, oh yeah, there's fire with 4 games left and we'll go off and win a championship. So a lot of people go Clippers right now if you are an executive in the National Basketball Association. But they're going up against a bit of a stiff test. This LA Clippers team, I didn't think that they would be great. It's probably one of my worst calls of the year is I thought that they would go under whatever their win total was at the beginning of the season. And I would have to go back and check, but I can't imagine I was predicting that or correcting that, sorry. And even if I was, the spirit of it wasn't there because I thought that this team with Kawhi Leonard being banged up and, oh great, so we're relying on James Harden and James Harden alone to carry this basketball team. Cool. Good luck with that. But instead, this team, they're a 5 seed and they're playing really good right now. After the All-Star break, they finished with the 4th best offense in the NBA over the last 28 games. This according to OddsShark. They were 119.7 points per 100 possessions. So this offense is really going. Kawhi Leonard has been back and he has been excellent so far for this team. And again, you have concerns about how long that can last, but I mean, even you see the picture behind me. Even when he was in Toronto in 2019, he was a little bit banged up for most of that, and he still was able to get all the way through to get that Larry O.B. at the end of everything for the Raptors now 6 years ago, as crazy as that is. So he definitely can do it, and he definitely can be someone that can carry the load. For Denver, I still like them in this series. You do have to get quite a bit out of your guys now. I mean, playoff basketball, great analysis. But Denver specifically, like their depth, not great. And so Russell Westbrook, who started the season as one of the cool stories in the NBA, it's kind of fallen back into its regular patterns again. And Jamal Murray has had some ups and downs as he continues to recover from an injury that was giving him problems in the Olympics in the offseason. So they are going to need those guys and Brown and like that, their big guys are going to need to be their big guys, and those guys like Westbrook and Brown are going to have to be the depth options that really start to carry them. A lot of this runs through Jokic, of course, and it's a interesting matchup against Zubats, who is one of the better defensive centers in the NBA this season. So a lot of signs are pointing toward this not going great for the Denver Nuggets. I do still think because they are at home, because they still have the best player in the world, I have to think Denver comes out on top of this one. One last note, Denver 14-4 at home in the last 2 postseasons. I'm going Denver in 7, and that one is plus 375. Let's move on to the Lakers against Minnesota. I'm not going to hit the thing between everyone. Los Angeles Lakers as the 3 seed, taking on the number 6 seeded Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota does have a team that could be set up to take advantage of some of the weaknesses for the LA Lakers. In 17 games, in the last 17 games, Rudy Gobert, this courtesy of Covers, Rudy Gobert has scored 15 or more points 10 times. He has grabbed 15 or more rebounds 5 times. He has averaged 15.4 points and 12.5 rebounds while shooting 70.7% from the field. So, look, it would be a bit of a tough stretch to come on here and say that I think the Timberwolves are going to give the Lakers problems because Rudy Gobert's offense. I know. But you have Rudy, who is at least good enough that he can take advantage of Jackson Hayes and warm body X on the inside that the Lakers could throw at them. And given how Rudy has played the last little bit, it seems like he is set up to kind of do that thing. Also, you have a Minnesota team defensively that has been playing much better as of late. since March, again, this courtesy of covers, since March, the Minnesota has ranked 7th in defensive rating, while the Lakers are 18th. And March 1st was when Luka went to the Los Angeles Lakers. So LA has struggled defensively, specifically inside. Minnesota, quite good defensively, and has a guy who is good enough inside that he can get the job done. Also, you worry about rim protection if Anthony Edwards can just drive to the net and start just throwing things down and getting Minnesota a little bit fired up and getting the Laker crowds a little bit frustrated and everything like that. I do... Again, you can kind of point to Minnesota and like, hey, they have this, they have this, they have this. Lakers have Luka and LeBron. So advantage them. I just Minnesota has done a decent-ish job of kind of limiting Luka this season. He hasn't played them since he moved to the Lakers. And I mean, the Dallas stuff was all over the place with his health and everything this year. But you do have a bit of a concern. We've kind of seen Anthony Edwards on him, and at times they'll just throw everything at those guys, but then you still have to worry about LeBron as well. And so I do think at the end of the day, the high-level talent that the Lakers have is going to win out in this one. And so I think they do come away with a series win here. Minnesota needs to just shoot the lights out. I think they might be able to do that. And I think there will be one game where it looks like Edwards has just figured it out. He's going to get to the rim. It's going to be some big throwdowns. Minnesota's going to be up 25. The Minnesota crowd's going to be going insane. And okay, hey, how concerned should the Lakers be? That is going to be a get up, first take, whatever segment. Is how concerned should the Lakers be by Anthony Edwards going for 40, 15, and 7, and Minnesota wins this game by 25 points. There's going to be that moment in the series, but LeBron has seen everything before. Luka has seen a lot of it as well, and I think eventually those two guys are going to figure out everything for the Lakers, and so I have them winning this series in 6, which, by the way, is plus 525 right now. Last series that we know of right now in the West is Houston taking on the Golden State Warriors. The Rockets finished the season 4th in defensive efficiency, from Yahoo. They also led the NBA in offensive rebounding rate. Şengün is just an absolute beast. And now you go up against a Golden State Warriors team that, look, Draymond Green is a Hall of Famer, and that they have a couple of good guys, but they're not the biggest group out there. And so you could see a world where Houston is just eating them alive down low. And that is the where am I going to be wrong aspect of this is that. Or where are people going to be wrong? It's going to be that one. Meanwhile, the Warriors, they were great in the post-Jimmy Butler world, right? And playoff Jimmy arrived and in that play-in game. And Steph Curry looked excellent in that play-in game against Memphis as well. This is a very good basketball team. And when they have Butler, Curry, and Green on the floor, they're 23-5. That's insane. That is a very, very good basketball team. So and again, now looking at the where am I going to be wrong part of this, it's that, because I'm picking Houston. I do think that this is a team that is just young and hungry and athletic and so well coached by Ime Udoka. And they just have a bunch of guys that they can throw out there. Thompson on Steph is going to be such a fun matchup to watch. I just feel like the size and the defense of Houston is going to be a touch too much for Golden State in this series. So I am going to go with the Rockets in 6. Rockets just to win the series is plus 145. Rockets in 6 is plus 900 if you want to take a look at that.